What is up, everyone? How's it going? Hope you're keeping well, and welcome back to the channel. Bit of a stressful morning this morning, trying to get everything sorted. For some reason, OBS wasn't working, but we're live now. Hope everyone's well. We've got Adam in the chat. We've got KSN in the chat as well. I hope you're keeping well, lads. Yeah, I won't get into it too much, but even yesterday, my own laptop, if you were watching the stream last week, my own laptop stopped working, and I had to go into Curry's yesterday. Tried to get it fixed. Whatever your man did in Curry's made it worse. So shout out to LapTech in Galway. They sorted me out yesterday. So I'm now using a laptop that isn't my own laptop. So I was trying to get used to it this morning. For some reason it wouldn't connect to OBS. But we're live now. That doesn't matter. We're 26 minutes late, but we're got live. At least we're not late for the deadline. But yeah, K7, hope you're keeping well. Adam, what's he saying? The boss is beside me, only getting the early news now. She's dropped to the bench till November. Good stuff. Thankfully, there was a few women that messaged me on Instagram that they saw the lightheartedness of it. They didn't take it badly. But yeah, it was something different anyhow, and it did well on Instagram. But right, what are we? 9 in the chat. If you are watching the chat, lads, let us know where you're watching from and where you are in the world, and do send the questions in. And we'll get through them all over the next 2 hours or so. It's going to be a relatively calm game week deadline stream. We did our wildcard last week, as you all know. So team is in good shape ahead of today's deadline. We'll just go back quickly here for game week 8. So 53 points for the game week. Yeah, the wildcard was the correct decision. Salah, obviously getting Salah in was the main thing. Fair enough, Son did blank in game week 8. I thought it was going to be a long weekend after he did blank, but thankfully Salah got us 2 goals. It didn't really matter that we didn't captain it. All that matters that we had him in the team. We got rid of Triple United, who all blanked. Brian and Mbeumo blanked as well, and obviously Estepinian didn't play as well. So happy enough to have hit the wild card. We're shaping up well for next week as well, or for this week I should say, but we'll get into my team in a couple of minutes. I suppose first off we'll start off on draft town here, so we'll have a look at the clean sheet odds, so hopefully you can see that on screen. What's the chat saying? Hello from Bristol, hello from Trinidad. Everyone's looking for Liverpool news. Hopefully we will get some before the deadline. A few people were messaging me about Darwin. He did get an earlier plane home, or Liverpool sorted a plane home from, so he was able to get that extra hours of recovery time, and same for Diaz as well. So it's going to be interesting what front four they do play. A lot of people wanting a last minute punt or 1 week punt before the wild card. Any idea about Alvarez? I'll have a quick look here, see if I've got anything on the Twitter front at the moment. What I did see was that there wasn't going to be surprises from the attacking front, so that should nearly suggest Alvarez should be okay. But we'll wait and see before the deadline. Okay. Right, nothing yet about City. No, we'll keep an eye on that. Zane thinks he thinks Diaz plays and Nunes on the bench is what Klopp tends to do. Yeah, I could nearly see Diaz or Darwin as a impact sub later on. Same crack as he did against Newcastle. Obviously they were down to 10 men, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Darwin come on later on in the game and get a 1 pointer or get a return in here. Right, clean sheet odds. So we'll get that up before we look into my own team then. Keep the questions coming in, lads and ladies as well. We've got a long stream ahead of us, so send in as much as you can and keep us entertained. Yeah, so Newcastle obviously favourite for a clean sheet. For some reason, I had a dream last night that Turner didn't play. Very, very, very strange, but he should be fine. Hopefully he is fine, and hopefully the pitch is fine. It should be grand from what I'm seeing online. There's just a few floods around the ground, but nothing major inside or around the area as well. Yeah, so hopefully then he does get a clean sheet then before I'll leave him off then for Areola. Newcastle looking good. Hopefully Byrne can combat Trippier's output. Clean sheet, fair enough. I do expect Trippier to get one. Hopefully, he just keeps that one attack in return. I hope he doesn't do much, because I only have Burn in the team. Obviously, United as well. So if you do have Onana, you're as well keep Onana in the team. Right, we'll have a quick look at my team, so I'll get it up on screen. So because if you were watching last week, it's a lot different to, or it's the same, sorry, as last week. If you watch my video during the week, I'm planning on not making any moves, so I'll just get this up. Right, what's Adam saying? See the helm clock in the background as a Navy man. I appreciate that. Good stuff. It's actually my girlfriend's house here. Hopefully there's nothing too dodgy in the background. No, it's just that clock. Good stuff. Yeah, here's my team. So triple Spurs at Monday night, triple Villa at home to West Ham. So 10 out of my 11 starters are all playing at home. So hopefully that should mean good for some points this weekend. Main thing about captaincy as well, it's either Salah or Haaland, but it's on Haaland. Yeah, that was nearly 60-40, between those two. Haaland is getting it just because if Salah blanked, it's definitely going to be a long weekend. Same as last weekend when Son blanked. It just wasn't enjoyable waiting for the Arsenal City game. And then luckily enough, then Haaland was very quiet. But hoping it's different this week now. Right, what are we here? Narenda asking for City news. Hopefully we should get some, but for now it's a wee bit too far away from the deadline. But we should get something close to the deadline on who's playing or not. Okay, we're still going there. Just make sure that's working there. Good stuff. Okay, good stuff. Right, yeah, back to my own team there. So Udigi, triple Spurs, triple Villa, Salah, Haaland. It's the crack. If you played your wild card, that was pretty much going to be your own team last week. Right, I'll have a quick look at predicted points. So what's now in, who's going to start? Liverpool, Nunes or Jota? If I had to say now, probably Jota over Nunes, just because Nunes had that long flight back. What about City, Foden or Alvarez? Who's going to start? I am told there's not much surprises in the attacking front, as I did say. So I wonder. I doubt we'll see too much of a scare on the City attacking front, but close to the deadline, Narenda, hopefully we'll get something there. Right, looking at predicted points. So as you can see on screen there, it's very, very close between Salah and Haaland. 8 points. We're on draft town here now, if anyone is looking out for that. So Salah and Haaland is very close. Just gonna check this now. Yeah, sound. Yeah, so Salah and Haaland are very close. Trippier obviously very up high there as well. So I do hope he's kept it one attack in return and doesn't come away with a haul, because Palace without Eze there, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a rout there for Newcastle. They're 2-5 on to win. So the bookies very much favour Newcastle this weekend. Good to see Son and Maddison close to the top as well in the top 5, 6.6 and 6.5 predicted points. You would be hoping for an attack and return each. If I get that 18 points on Monday night, 6, or something around 20-21 points from those three, that'd be excellent. Yeah, it's good news anyway from your own team. I think I've 5 out of the top 10 in the predicted points. So yeah, hopefully, as I said, 10 players at home. Hopefully we do get some nice returns. Right, we'll stick up a quick captaincy poll then, and we'll get you interacting with me as well. Sure. So we'll see who are people captaining. Pretty much going to be Haaland and Salah, but we'll add in Son there as well. If you're from Ireland like myself, as I was saying during the week as well, you'd be pretty relieved to see this FPL back this weekend. Pretty pretty abysmal stuff between the. Fair enough, the rugby front wasn't too bad, but from the football front Friday night against Greece was fairly shocking. So hopefully FPL won't be too bad in us this weekend. 5 votes for Haaland, yeah. So Haaland is the clear leader as well, right? So have a quick look at my own team here. Adam's asking if Haaland was the early game, would I have stuck with him? That's a good question. Probably would, I think I saw something. Haaland was he 71% chance of a goal. We'll get this up as well. Chance of scoring, I think he might have went down a wee bit. He was 70% chance of scoring for Haaland there. I do think this is the week now he goes ham. Brighton are very, very poor, very up and down in defence as well. But I do think this is the week for Haaland to go mad. 2 blanks in his last 2 weeks. We'll get him up here and we'll have a look at him. He did score on international duty as well. So yeah, for Haaland standards, 16 points in the last 4 game weeks, only averaging 4 points there a week. That's not really the kind of output you want from the big man there, Adam. So yeah, hoping he does go mad. Yeah. I don't understand people getting rid of him, to be honest. United next week, he could easily get 1 or 2. Bournemouth at home, then Chelsea as well. Chelsea are very hot and cold as well, and it's only really 13 and 14. All depends on this week. I wouldn't get rid of him anyway. But yeah, if you don't have him this week, if he gets 2 goals, that's 13 points. You're down already. Obviously, then there's going to be a lot of people captaining him, so you're going to be 16 points down. 26 points down from not captaining him. So if you don't have Haaland, you're probably going to be captaining Salah. A lot of people have wildcard already have Salah, so if Salah gets, say, 10 to 12 points, fair enough, you're gaining the 12 points from the captaincy, but your people who own Haaland and Salah have that 12 points, and then if Haaland gets the 2 goals, 26 points there, you're kind of kicking yourself in the foot there. But as I said, people who got rid of him knew what the fixtures were coming up. It's mainly 9 and 11 there, Brighton and Bournemouth, so I think he could be in trouble this weekend. Hopefully he gets a haul and punishes the sellers. I really do, because would I get rid of him? No, I don't think I would. It's just it's not enjoyable if you get rid of Haaland and you don't have him. So yeah, that's what I would say there. Right, let's get this laptop open here beside me, and I'll leave Twitter on, see if I can get any team news, just because I'd be afraid if anything hops up on Twitter on the timeline. If you are watching the stream, everyone, please do give it a like, and if you aren't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 5k subs, so hopefully be close to it by Christmas. A lot of work to do yet in the channel, but it's getting there. It is getting there. Right, what's the chat saying? 17% for Haaland. Might drop this out of the way there. So yeah, if he was early kick-off, Adam, would I captain him? Probably just on his chance of scoring. That's why I would. Right, who else have we here now? Get up Twitter. Okay, good stuff. Right. Mike Hunt, how's it going? Lovely name. Would you play in Mbeumo or Diaby for this round only? Try and play the 2. If I know that's a kind of back-ended answer, but I would play the 2. West Ham at home. West Ham have only 1 clean sheet all season, so I do expect Villa to get at least 1 or 2 goals anyway, and hopefully Diaby is involved. Watkins is an outside shout for the captaincy, but just with the fixtures for Haaland and Salah, you have to go with one of those. Only if you don't want to go Haaland or Salah, I'd nearly put Watkins third, potentially over Son, because Watkins is nearly close to guaranteed the 90 minutes compared to Son, and likes taking Son off around the 70-75 minute mark. And it was a nice view during the international break when he hobbled off at half time. I thought it was going to be pushing to making a transfer, but thankfully he's alright. But yeah, and Mbeumo as well, Burnley at home. We'll have a quick look at Mbeumo on screen here. He's been blanking, I think, the last 3 or 4 games. So if you do own him, I think you do keep him. Where is he here now? Yeah, he hasn't returned since game week 4, so 4 blanks in a row. Burnley are pretty poor. I could say at the moment. I think they will play attacking as well. Brentford. I think. Yeah, you can see there a lot of no clean sheets there at all. So you would expect Brentford to get something surely. And a lot of the games Brentford have been playing in Mbeumo has been playing kind of in that wing back role. So you would think that he will be played up front this weekend. So if you do have him, I think you keep him. Same with the United assets. If you have United assets, keep them for this week. Right. What's Lenny here? Should we have it here on this screen? I don't know. I'm looking at that screen. I flip between Salah and Haaland, but landing with big H. Do I try a coin tosser as well? See who I get. We'll do best of 3. We'll see. Right, we'll do how do I do this now? Right, we'll do tails for Haaland. If anyone's stuck between captain and Salah or Haaland, here you go. We'll do best of 3 here. I don't know. Can you see that? You can. Yeah. Right. So we'll do tails Haaland, heads Salah. Let's see who it gets. So first off there, that's 1-0 to Haaland. 2 more to go. 1-1 with Salah and Haaland. So absolute live cracking entertainment. Head. So Salah wins 2-1 there. If you're stuck between Haaland and Salah, there Salah has won the toss there. But I'm going to be sticking with Haaland myself. That was only just for anyone who was stuck on who to captain. But Lenny's captain Haaland because he landed on Haaland when he flipped the coin. Good stuff. Right. Holiday. Haaland blanks twice in 2 weeks. We'll be looking at moving him on. As I was saying earlier, no, I don't think so. No. It's just hoping he gets 2 returns today. Whether that be 2 assists, I'm quite fine with that. Just I need a double-digit haul from him. I do expect City to get a good few goals. Rodri's back, which is going to obviously help Haaland. Yeah, just Brighton at home. Have a look at Brighton there. How much have they been conceding? I think City are 50% chance of scoring 2+ goals. So hopefully they do, and it's all Haaland anyway. Surprised by that now. No clean sheet for Brighton at all season, especially with Estepinian going so well. So it shows how good of an asset Estepinian is there from his attacking output. But that's interesting. No clean sheets for Brighton. Hopefully they don't get their first one today. But yeah, that should surely point towards a Haaland haul. Quick look at Everton then as well. Early kickoff and the kind of derby is what put me away from Salah. I do expect them to get something, but a haul potentially. But it's more the fact if Everton shut up shop and Pickford has a flyer like he normally does in those Merseyside derbies. But 1 clean sheet is it all season for Everton, so fair enough against Bournemouth last weekend. Yeah, I'd be more pissed off if I captained Salah and he blanked than I would be if I captained him and he did something and Haaland did something as well. So yeah, I think it's just last week with Son. Yeah, from captain and Son last week, it just wasn't enjoyable after that. So that's why I'm going with Haaland. Right, Cash or Anderson this week? Shine, definitely Cash. Anderson is up against Newcastle, yeah. So definitely would start Cash. I do expect West Ham to get one. They've been good on the attacking front, West Ham, but if Cash is playing high up, he was unlucky not to get something against Wolves. To be fair, now Sam made a good save from him. So I do expect Villa to wouldn't be surprised to see Villa lose their clean sheet, but hopefully Cash does get an attacking return. Triple Villa now, I've big faith in them. Is that tomorrow though, the game? Yeah, so it's tomorrow 4:30. Late enough one for a sunny game on the Sunday as well. United Sheffield at 8 o'clock tonight. Full day of football, so we have, so lovely stuff. Yeah, I'm benching Anderson there, Shine. So I think Cash gets the start for sure. Right, what was else looking at there? Crystal Palace. They have a nice run of fixtures though as well. I think Burnley 11, 12 and 13 is why I got Guehi in. I think Burn plays Arsenal at 11, so Guehi can sub in for the Burnley game. Should get it up on FPL team here. If anyone's looking for a wildcard team as well, let me know for Game Week 10, and even I can get that up for you as well. Hopefully you can see that now. Right, so looking at my own team then for next week, Maddison probably goes. I've bang on enough to go from Maddison to Saka. Would a captain Saka at home to Sheffield? You know, it's not a bad shout. I think it's maybe between Salah and Saka. United, we'll see how good they are tonight against Sheffield. But Haaland does kind of go quiet in the big games. But yeah, he was very quiet against Arsenal this season. Last season he wasn't. At the Old Trafford game, he was very quiet. Haaland, it's in Old Trafford, so maybe might be the same. Right, so Saka in for Maddison. Looking at the rest of the team, nothing wrong with that at all. So potentially only need one transfer next week. Areola comes in then, and then I still have 2 free transfers then for Game Week 11. This is when I probably have to do the defensive changes. Could even bring in Simicast in Game Week 10 if I wanted to. Who did Liverpool have in Game Week 10? Yeah, Forest at home. If I don't fancy Udige away to Palace, Burn away to Wolves, could potentially bring in Simicast then. Team is looking good. Team is in good shape, to be fair. And then Game Week 12 then probably be Saka and Salah for the Ironman then, or potentially even Haaland. See how good Chelsea are up until that. Udige can come back in there, or can he? Maybe not. A few things to decide there between the defence. Right, I'm getting probably too ahead of myself here, but team is in good shape for the next couple of weeks. And I'll bring that back to who it was. That was Maddison. There's a button you can reset it. Sorry. Grand, good stuff. How many? 16 in the chat. Good stuff. 14 likes as well. So good return on that. If you are watching the stream and you aren't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. We're getting on the road to 5k subs. Watch Jack here saying here, morning mate, if we don't get news about Darwin, would you start him or Cash? I think we will get news, but I probably would. I think you probably have to start Darwin over Cash. Try and play Cash if you can as well. As I said, I do expect West Ham to score, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Cash getting an attack in return. But I'd always start the attacker. Hopefully we do get news there, Jack. We should. Wouldn't be surprised to see him on the bench. He did have a long flight home, but we'll see. Hopefully we do. Quick look at Twitter here. Okay. Nothing yet. Areola or Flecken, FPL guy. I think Flecken has been past fit. Would you start him? Probably, yeah. See if he does get the start, and if he does, you'll be happy out. If not, Areola can sub in then, so you should be fine on that. I'd probably start Flecken, yeah. Control Alt delayed. Good man. How's it going? What's the story? Going to captain Mo this week. Wish me luck. Hope it goes well for you. As I said, it's very, very tight between Salah and Haaland, but it's more the fact, as I was saying, if Salah blanks, it'll be a long weekend, so that's why I'm going Haaland. I'll just change that to here so people can see then as well. Grand. Mike, I only have Mbeumo. I was considering doing the swap. What was your question again, Mike? Would you play Mbeumo or Diaby for this round only? Oh, so you want to take a punt before your wildcard, I'm assuming, Mike, are you? I'd take a punt, you know. Even if you could get Jota in for Mbeumo, maybe you can't. Or maybe we'll just go with Diaby. If Diaby goes off and Mbeumo blanks, Diaby will probably go up in price then during the week, so you might be pushed into a quick transfer. Yeah, I probably would go for Diaby over Mbeumo. It's hard to know whether Mbeumo is going to be playing wing back or up top. As I said, I do think he'll be playing up top. But yeah, I probably would take the punt on going away from Mbeumo just because he's been poor the last couple of weeks. 23 votes. So Haaland is the clear leader at the moment. Haaland, Salah, and Son. Right. We'll what are we now? An hour and 40 to the deadline, so plenty of time. Keep the questions coming as well, lads and ladies. And if you haven't liked the stream, please do give it a like. Right. Let's see. Andy, if Andy's in the chat there, just saw your message there, Andy. You should be able to comment after a minute. I'll just let him know there to comment after a minute of subbing. So shout out to Andy. I just saw your DM there, Andy. Hopefully you can get your question in then after a minute. Right, keep going. So what else have we? Should I go Son even if I have Haaland and Salah? Aditya, nothing wrong with Son. It's more the expected minutes. I wouldn't be surprised to see him taken off after 70, 75. I was very surprised he was against Luton when it was only 1-0, and he easily could have got them on the counter. Have a look at Fulham. Leno has been pretty good anyway for the save points. So many clean sheets. 1, 2, 3 clean sheets for Fulham in the first 8. They conceded much. Only the City game really. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 2 then as well. It's more the fact, going back to this then, the chance of scoring, sorry, yeah, there we go. 70% chance for Haaland. Son is 42%. So Rashford, Højlund, Watkins is joint level with him. Son is on penalties as well, as we do know, but I think Haaland is the man this week. It'll be a long wait till Monday if Haaland goes off, scores 2 or 3, and then you're expecting Son to get the same. So nothing wrong with captain and Son. I just would say that's the only downfall of that. Just wait until the Monday to get your returns from Son. Gordon or Neto this week. Neto isn't bad now against Bournemouth, is right. Yeah, I should have probably went him instead of Ward-Prowse. Obviously hindsight's a great thing. Ward-Prowse did get nothing last week, or Neto did get an assist. Who's it, Gordon or Neto? Gordon's up against Palace. If we're looking for a punt, maybe we'll look at the expected points. Probably nearly say Neto, you know. He's Wolves' main man. I do expect Wolves to get something out of that Bournemouth game. Alright, we'll have a look at expected points. They're probably not even. Gordon is probably an assist for Gordon there. Maybe Neto is a wee bit more down. If I type in his name, sure it'll come up. 4.6. Gordon's what, 5 something. So muchness really. I suppose Gordon does have the home fixture. That's why they're probably slightly leaning towards him. To toss up really, I'd nearly say Neto. You know, I know Gordon is slightly favoured, but Neto is Wolves' main man. So maybe we'll just leave it like that, right? Alright, let's see. Hopefully if it was Andy, he got his question in. New camera DC, no new laptop. Shout out to LapTech, we'll say again. My laptop was absolutely banjaxed. I wonder, can I show you? Well, you know the crack DC about my laptop, but we got a new laptop working here now, so maybe it's a bit cleaner. Is it on screen to be seen? But yeah, shout out to LapTech and Gola who got me set up for the stream this weekend. Vimosta. Right. So Rizwan, what are you saying? We'll see here now. Play Darwin Núñez or Cameron Archer after Darwin Núñez long flight back from international duty. I think you play Núñez. I know Archer's playing United, yeah, so you probably play him. Wait for any team news. If he isn't playing, you can get rid last minute. All right. Yeah, if hopefully we get some news about Núñez. I like Jota as a punt this week if Jota is playing. Alright, sorry, just getting back to a few messages there quickly on Instagram. Okay. Yeah, I think you wait until we see if we get any Liverpool news. If I think we will, but if we don't, I think you do have to start Núñez there. Do you think Lascelles will play this week, Aditya? I think so. Eddie Howe didn't say much, but it sounds like Botman maybe one or another week off. Might be harsh enough to drop Lascelles. He's done well over the last couple of weeks too. Let's have a look at him here. Maybe not in the West Ham game, the Burnley game. Fair enough. I wouldn't be confident, to be fair, of a start for Botman. So probably if you have cover on the bench, like I say, you could have whoever on the bench. I wouldn't take a hit any to get rid of Botman, is all, just because he could easily start next week, and Newcastle have an alright fixture from what I remember. Wolves at home, is it Wolves away next week, so fair enough. I would keep him for that. Right, Abbas, hope you're keeping well, Abbas. Hope you're keeping well. Who do I captain this week? I have Haaland, Salah and Son. As I said, I'm currently on Haaland. Nothing wrong with captain on Salah or Son. It's more the fact. I think if Salah blanks, it's gonna be a long 2 hours till 3 o'clock waiting for a Haaland blank, if you are hoping for a Haaland blank if Salah does blank. So, and then Monday night then as well. So I think it's not sensible. It's more just. I do expect Salah to get something that's very close between Salah and Haaland. I just prefer that. It might be the early kickoff curse, as I was saying last week, because of Son. Maybe that's what's turning me away from captaining him. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking there. Right, Sean, hope you're keeping well. Bit late in making any changes this week. For now, no. The team is well set up from the wild card, so try and if you did play your wild card last week, try and keep the transfer this week. It's not worth it. You should be well set up. Should even have bench cover there if anyone's out, which they won't be out. I can have cover on the bench then as well. Yeah, for now, Haaland and Salah on the captaincy and the vice captaincy. But no, that's what I'm doing there. I suppose, right, will we make a wildcard team so for game week 10, and keep the questions coming in as we're doing this as well if you can. An hour and a half to go to the deadline. All good there. Right, so I'm going to get the fixtures up on this screen for the wildcard. How's the poll going? Haaland, 38 votes. Haaland is the clear leader now. Rizwan being a risk taker and captain Mo Salah. Nothing wrong with that. Honestly, nothing wrong with that. I just think it's Haaland's week this week. Right, okay. So the fixtures up there. I'm going to make a wildcard 10 team here. So Turner's coming out. We're going to put in. Okay, we're going to sub in Areola first. Areola is going to be the main keeper if you're on wildcard this week. So Areola. One of them maybe could be Bowen Matoma. So it's going to be pretty similar Definitely the same front two. Watkins and Haaland still stay in. We're going to take out Maddison for Saka. Give this just another retweet. Right, so wildcard 10 team here. Right, so Saka comes in. You could arguably keep Diaby. We're going to put Matoma in here now for Ward-Prowse because we get Brighton's fixtures up there. Very, very nice over the next couple. You could probably stretch to Trippier. We'll see how the budget is after this, but for now, just get up Brighton's fixtures here. So Fulham, Everton, Sheffield, Forest, Brentford, Burnley, up until game week 16. So seriously good fixtures for Brighton. Unfortunately, Estepinian is out until the Everton game. Could potentially go back for that Sheffield United home game in game week 12. And then there's another international break after that then as well. Right, we're going to end this poll. 38 votes. Good return on that. Gran will end that. So back to this wildcard team. Matoma stays in. What's the bank? Nothing in the bank. The Abbey could be somebody else here. We'll see who else we can have quickly. Who's got good fixtures there? Spurs are alright. Alright, I'll have a quick look at this tweet as well once I get this team made. Alright. So, Diaby. Could be Martinelli here as well, but the budget is going to be stretched here now. -1 in the bank. How will we work around that then? We'll go Son to Maddison either. Keep Maddison. Or you could even drop Son. How are Spurs' fixtures over the next few? They don't downgrade, do they? Chelsea, Wolves, Villa, Man City. You could arguably go without the Spurs, lads. So if I take out Son, that's where your budget is going to be then. And you could probably keep Maddison if you wanted at that price. Maybe Bowen, West Ham have their nice fixture run. The defence isn't too bad. I probably would go for Guehi in defence. Or sorry, not Guehi, Simicast. I get some Liverpool cover. So Forest at home, you could take out probably Udigi there. Could even get an Arsenal defender, for the next run. That's not it's a quickly drafted wildcard team there. It's not a Sean saying you could go Gabriel in for Udigi, probably do that as well, and play him then in game week 10. Maybe take out Burn. 0.5 in the bank then. Not a bad wildcard team. Triple Arsenal, double Liverpool. You're kind of reliant on Simicast starting, but I think he will start. He'll get a nice run of games. That's an okayish quick draft there. You obviously have no Spurs, no United. United have a nice run of fixtures, but I don't think there'll be too many hopping on United lads after they were so disappointed since the start of the season. But yeah, that's an okayish wildcard team there for a quick draft there. Right, what else have we? So Adichie playing Almiron this week and rolling the transfer for bringing Gordon and Saka. Wildcard last week as well to set up. Don't think I'll do anything. So sorry, playing Almiron this week and rolling the transfer for bringing in Gordon and Saka. Nothing wrong with that at all, Adichie. Almiron should do okay. Don't know if he was on international duty or not. He probably was. But yeah, nothing wrong with that. Bringing in Gordon and Saka next week, all good. So, will you captain Saka? Let us know. Sheffield United at home, all depends if he's fit or not during the week. Could be tempted to Liverpool at home to Forest then as well. I think it's between Salah and Saka next week, but we'll worry about that after this week. Hopefully we do just see the green hour this week, and we can worry about that then next week. Sean, wildcard last week as well, so well set up. Don't think I'll do anything but Tsimikas. If Tsimikas starts, might put him in for Lamptey. Yeah, if he does look like he's going to start the next couple of games, Liverpool do have a lovely fixture run. So we'll be tempted to bring in Tsimikas there. He shows he's got good attacking output as well. He got an assist against Ireland. He's come away with a few assists when he does start Tsimikas. I don't think he's played much all season. But last season when everyone was going mad for him, game week 1 he got the assist against Burnley, I think it was, or was it 2 years ago? He hasn't played much at all this season. Mad enough to think 4.5. I think it was decent pricing there by FPL if Robertson did get injured, which he has done. 4.5 isn't you're happy enough to pay for that. Right, what else can we do? So back to that wildcard team. Anything else we can change? Rizwan, what's he saying? My transfer, game week 9 transfers, Soufal in for S opinions. Soufal's a nice one, yeah. 4 assists in his last 4, I think he has. West Ham mightn't be keeping the clean sheets, but I think Soufal has taken away nicely, yeah. Fair enough, he got the clean sheet against Sheffield. But yeah, 4 assists in his last 4 games is very, very decent. I remember I had him, I think 2 years ago on the last day of the season. He came away with a 12 point haul after taking a punt on him. So I've fond memories of Soufal in my team. So, and it's looking at West Ham's fixtures from game week 10, maybe might be tough enough. Villa in Villa Park. But those fixtures: Everton at home, Forest at home 12, Brentford away as well. Brentford are pretty poor. Burnley, Palace, Fulham as well up until 16, even 17 Wolves at home for West Ham. They're very nice there, to be fair. So you would hope to see some clean sheets for West Ham over those run of fixtures. Areola's in my team just on the basis for that. Would I double up on West Ham? Probably not. You could probably go if you have Areola. Rizwan probably would have went the Tsimikas route just for Liverpool cover there as well. But yeah, that's what I would say. Nothing wrong though. Some great fixtures there for West Ham, alright. But yeah, good stuff. Hopefully Ward-Prowse does tick along nicely as well. If he doesn't, I'd have 6.9 in the bank to get rid of them after I get in Saka. We'll have a quick look at the midfielder. I could go for Gordon, but I think Newcastle fixtures aren't the greatest after that, so I'll have 6.4 Matoma, 6.5 Matoma, shite. So just 0.1 off Matoma. He's not going to drop either, no. Okay, that's annoying. We'll see who I can get then. Hoping Ward-Prowse will be alright because they do have that nice run of fixtures. Right, this City tweet I was on about. We'll see what Luke is saying. I'll get it up on screen. Interesting. Okay, we'll get this tweet up on screen from Luke. Luke, what's his name? This FPL Luke. He's very good at getting the City news. So we'll get this tweet up and talk through this. So this is the likely 11. Alvarez. This isn't confirmed, by the way. This is predicted, but it's a calculated prediction. First off, very surprisingly, is Ortega in ahead of Ederson. Is that because he had a long flight home or something? You could argue that. Don't know. Stones centre defensive mid is interesting as well. If you did manage to keep Stones, that's I was chatting to someone at work during the week. He did have Stones. I told him to play him, so that could be a nice shout for him if he's playing centre defensive. Weird 3-2-4-1. Foden and Alvarez are there for now. Just emphasising the fact that this isn't the actual lineup. It's a calculated lineup, but this lad is normally pretty much bang on most of the time. Who was asking, Foden and Alvarez are there for now. Just if you have Ederson, slightly worrying looking at that. What does this lad say? He's not 100% on Ortega, but he doesn't seem to miss. Okay. Yeah, Diaz is another one that's missing there as well. We'll see. Yeah, as he said, yeah, he's pretty reliable every week as well. So we'll see on that. All that matters for me obviously is Haaland. So, and he will play anyhow. So I've no other City. So if you do have Ederson, be cautious of that. Make sure you've cover on the bench. Would I get rid of him? Probably not. Because Brighton is a game you could easily get a clean sheet. As they're so hit and miss. Interesting lineup there. Very attacking. Though that front five was very, very, very attacking. So if it is, it's good news for Haaland. Should hopefully see some nice returns there for Haaland if that is the actual lineup. Let us know what you think of that. Ederson out is interesting if he does miss out. I wonder did he have much of a flight back home from international duty, but yeah, interesting lineup. Stones coming back into the team as well. He got a few minutes for England over the break, I'm fairly sure as well. Stones, how are City's they're not great, are they? For defensive clean sheets is what I'm thinking of. Bournemouth and 11 if Stones is playing CDM. No, it's only up until 16-17. You don't really want to double up on City until after they're blank. I think the double is going to be 19, isn't it? Everton and Brentford at home, so probably be doubling up, probably even tripling up on City lads there. Right, that's interesting anyway. Yeah, your man is pretty reliable anyway, so we'll leave it on that. We'll come back to that before the deadline maybe, and see what the crack is. Right, back to the chat. So Bojan, which do you think is the better duo for this game week? Sterling and Cash, Neto and Konsa, Son and Veltman, Mbeumo and Ream. Bojan, Cash anyway. If you can get Neto, surely you can get Neto and Cash, or even Son. You probably can't afford Son and Cash. Wouldn't really want Sterling as a punt against Arsenal, to be honest. Yeah, I wouldn't want Sterling as a punt against Arsenal. Cash anyway, but then you want Son at home to Fulham. You can get Son. I wouldn't play Veltman because he's playing City away. Rima, Spurs, and Mbeumo could do something. So like basically, Cash could do something out of Sterling and Cash. Neto could do something out of Neto and Konsa, because I do think West Ham will get one. Son and Veltman. Son is fine, but Veltman should probably concede against City, and then Mbeumo and Ream. Ream is playing Spurs at home, so I don't see much of a clean sheet potential there as well. Just for this game week, Son and Veltman if you're benching Veltman. Sterling and Cash maybe. I think Neto might get something against Bournemouth, and Mbeumo could get something against Burnley, but if you're picking doubles, probably Sterling and Cash. You might get a cheeky Sterling goal. That's tough. I'd probably go Son just because he's a captaincy shout as well, but Son and bench Veltman. I wouldn't be playing Veltman away to City, definitely not. Rizwan, Liverpool, I've Alisson, Salah and Núñez. Definitely a Liverpool fan there, Rizwan. Alisson should be fine. It's more about the Núñez, who's going to play there for him. Right, what are they? An hour and 15 to go till the deadline. Right, we'll keep going. Dawn, how's it going, Dawn? What to do? I have one free transfer and 0.2 million in the bank. I was thinking Flecken and Mbeumo out. My team is Areola, Flecken, Taylor, Gueye, Hishar, Cash, Udigi and Mbeumo. Right, so your back line is fine. Midfield is pretty good as well. One free transfer. To be honest, I'd save the free transfer down, and I think I got back to you during the week on the YouTube video. Flecken should be all right. If he's not Areola, sub in, and wouldn't really waste a transfer on a goalkeeper. And Mbeumo could do something against Burnley, so you've only 0.2 in the bank as well. What's Mbeumo? 6.7. You can only get to 6.9 then. Let's see who you can afford if you have 6.9. Probably not much else. No, I'd keep him Wemo this week at home to Burnley. That's what I would say. I'd keep him there for sure. Save the transfer, and then you're fine. Adichie, any news on Botman? We'll get the press conferences up, sure. Just type in Scout actually. We'll get up the quotes from Eddie Howe, sure. Didn't sound too confident. He just said the 2 weeks was good for Botman, but if I had him, I wouldn't be that confident of a start. Lascelles is doing alright. Probably would be harsh enough on Lascelles if Botman wasn't 100% fit. I think they were one of the first press conferences as well, so we're still going. Yeah, so he's improving is what Howe said. So wouldn't be confident. If you have cover on the bench, I'd probably you could start Botman and hope he does start. But if you have cover on the bench, you'd be alright then. Just wouldn't be that confident of him starting. Isak as well. A few people are asking about Isak, but it doesn't sound too great if he's going to play. Right. Anything else in the press conferences to note? Yeah, Saka as well. What's this on the penalty taken? There's one, but they've surprised me this season. I don't really know who's going to take it, and sometimes when I see someone has the ball, I'm still whether doubting. Right, that's not much. We know that anyway. We flashbacks back to the Irish meet-up there. Was it 2 or 3 weeks ago now? I had Saka in the team, and the roar between Saka taking the penalty and not taking the penalty. Obviously, people took him out when he was meant to be injured, but should have been a triple, or should have been a 3 goals for Saka that week. But it was just mad to see him taking the ball, and you knew in the back of your head that he was going to give it to somebody else. But yeah, it was crazy. Nothing really else major from the press conferences, I don't think. Eze out obviously for Palace isn't great for them. Robertson is the main kind of news, I suppose. The Serbia, Matoma had a bit of a knock, but he didn't say anything about Matoma He didn't say anything about Matoma in the press conference, so you'd expect he's okay there. The risk about the Forest game, it should be fine. Grand, I think that's everything. That's another thing then. Mark Flecken recovered from appendicitis, so I think he'll be okay to start as well. Grand, I think that's everything there. So yeah, right, that's the press conferences. Main thing, it's Flecken is recovered from appendicitis. What's Pep saying there? You're funny, yeah, that's just Pep's thing from the weekend. Right, what else have we in the chat? There were Reckon Botman plays, and the 2 people asking there, probably not, he's improving, Howe says, so it would be harsh if Lascelles doesn't get the start, so I'd probably leave him off just on that. Can start him if you want, but I wouldn't be expecting too much of a return there from Botman. FPL MF said, going to wildcard in game week 10, need a 1 week punt. Option 1, Morris to Solanke with only 6.7. Estepinian to Poro, and play Turner or Onana. Oh, I'd nearly play. I support United myself for that bad. I'd nearly play Turner over Onana. Sheffield, we've had a few blips away at Sheffield. I remember they went 1-0 up against us. What's your man's name? The big tall fella McBurney scored. So I just don't trust us. For the clean sheet on Onana against Brentford is if you had him. I had him up until I think 6 or 7. Thankfully got rid then, but looking at him concede that goal against Brentford, it was absolutely heartbreaking. If you had him in your team, then I'd say it was as well. So 1 week punt. Estepinian to Poro isn't a bad shout, Get Poro up on screen here. XG 0.39. He's looked far more attacking than Udigi, unfortunately, but I do think that could be something for for Spurs haul one of the defenders on Monday night. Hopefully it's Udogie, but I like the power shout, to be fair. Morris is playing Luton, or he's playing for Luton, but he's playing Sheffield, or he's playing Forest, himself this weekend. Solanke against Wolves at home. Not a bad shout either. I'd nearly go ask opinion to Poro, you know. Wolves could be a bit iffy for a haul there. That's what I'd say. Any news on Botman? You heard what I was saying there on Botman. As long as Foden and Haaland start, I'm happy as the two of those Man City assets. As I said, that wasn't 100% the lineup, but this fella's pretty reliable anyway as well. A couple of weak surprises set up as a toss up between back three or back four. Okay. You should be very careful sharing team news on Twitter as well. Twitter goes into a flurry if you get things wrong, but yeah, all that matters of Haaland. So, but Rizwan has Foden. He's there in that predicted lineup, so I think it should be alright. Hopefully that is the lineup, because that is extremely attacking, and there could be a lot of goals in that Brighton game. What are we? 27 in the chat, so appreciate you all tuning in on this Saturday morning. If you are watching and you haven't liked the stream yet, please do give it a like there below. We're close to 20 likes. One off if you haven't liked it, throw us a like, and we'll hit the 20 likes. And if you are watching and you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. We'll have a quick check on the subscriber count. See what we are. 4.54. What are we? Customize. 4542. So appreciate that, everyone who has subscribed to the channel this morning. One step closer to the 5k goal anyway. Right. I'm late to the party. Any news on Darwin, Devlad? Not at the moment, no. Hopefully we do get something in the next hour or 50 minutes. Yeah, we should hopefully get something. Rizwan supports United, good man Rizwan. Maybe Matoma and Cash, Boyan. Not this week. Cash maybe, but not Matoma against City. No. Two else around that thing, and Bremo and Cash isn't a bad one, Bojan. Only for that, around that price. If you can get Bowen and Cash, but they're playing each other in the game, I do think there'll be goals in that Villa game. Nothing wrong with that. Ever play hurling, or are you just a Gaelic man, Sean? Just Gaelic. There's no hurling back in. Well, there is hurling back in Leitrim, but there's not much where I'm from. So you might argue there's not even much Gaelic, but no, just Gaelic. I've never held a hurling in my life. Wouldn't be able to. I don't know how I'd go about hitting one. Just it's not popular back here. But yeah. So there'll be no captaincy hurling videos, unfortunately. But good man. For a friend, news on Saliba and Awani. Awani is, I'm messing up his name there, but he's definitely out. No, he's out for the next couple of weeks. Who's that one? Saliba. Yeah, I think he did his hamstring, is it? Or groin injury. So he's out for 2 weeks. Anything on Saliba? We'll get up that again. I think Saliba did train, from what I remember seeing. So I'm one of the first. Okay, so it's deciding on Saliba after training today. I might quickly close these curtains because they're annoying me, that little shiny face. So bear with me a second. Right, hopefully that's shine gone, but we're back anyway. Maybe I missed it completely. I don't want to close them fully because there's a plant on top, and I did drop that plant before, but we won't get into that. Right, Saliba, he's been training that, or he's been carrying that toe injury for the last couple of weeks, so doesn't sound great, but yeah, I'm looking at myself there. The shine is gone, thankfully there. Right, he was going to be assessed after training yesterday. So hopefully, it doesn't sound great though. So if you have Saliba, they have the Chelsea fixture. You could even argue not even playing him at all, so it doesn't matter. Awani is definitely out. Saliba's probably touch and go from what Arteta said there. Right. Wildcard team: Onana, Udigi, Cash, Trippier, Maddison, Diaby, Chan, Jensen, Salah, Watkins, Haaland. Any suggestions? Safwan. This is a game week 10 wildcard team there. Safwan. So, have you much on that? You probably want Arsenal cover if you're wildcarding, or if you have a route to get to Saka or Martinelli, maybe Maddison to Martinelli next week. Very cheap midfield by the looks of that. So you must have a lot of money in the bank. You probably do want Matoma. Looking at your team, Onana, I wouldn't want Onana on wildcard. I know United have good fixtures, but just we're pretty poor. Areola there, as I was saying, those run of fixtures up until, when is it, 20 or 16 or 17 for West Ham is very good. So I'll keep Onana out of the team and get an Areola there. Hwang, not mad on Hwang. I know he's been ticking along nicely and he is a midfielder, but Jensen even as well, they're kind of very differential picture going for there. Safwan. Nothing wrong with the defence. Udigi, Cash, Trippier. Yeah, if you have Simicast and maybe Gabriel on your bench as well, that's fine. That's what I would go for there. Something similar to this, and you have Simicast and Gabriel. Get them in as well. Salah is good. Watkins and Haaland is good. Diaby is good. Maddison. It's just the Arsenal cover you maybe need, and Hwang and Jensen. There's no real other. It's be hard to manoeuvre from Jensen to Martinelli or Jensen to Bowen or Hwang to one of those as well. So I don't know where the rest of your money's gone there, because it does look like you've a cheap starting 11 there, but so you might have people on the bench. I'll try and stick close to what I've on there on screen though. Is what I would say. Right, Kieran Sweeney, which three to play in defence? Cash, Burns, Simicast or Udigi? See if we do get any Liverpool lineup before the deadline. I think just because Burn, going back to this clean sheet odds, I think you have to definitely start Burn just to have Trippier cover. 55% chance for clean sheet for Newcastle this week, so you would expect a clean sheet for sure. Eze out, as I was saying, so it's going to be hard for Palace to get one. Udigi, Spurs are pretty high up as well. Liverpool 40% chance. Cash, you could nearly argue benching Cash as well, because you're kind of hoping for an attack in return. I do think West Ham will get one, so you could argue you might have to bench Cash just because Simicast, if he starts, is such a good option as well, and Udigi then as well Monday night. I do think Spurs will beat Fulham comfortably. Is it in Spurs? I think it is as well. I think so. Yeah, Spurs at home. Could argue benching Cash, so that's what I would say, Kieran, there. Alvarez or Matoma on wildcard. Brian, was that you messaging me on Instagram? Did you get the team sorted out? Was that you? It was, yeah. Jesus, yeah. What happened to the team, Brian? Let us know. At least you have the wildcard. Let us know, Brian, what happened. Do you think you got hacked or something? So Brian was messaging me on Instagram. His team was all completely changed. I wondered, did he get hacked? Just giving Brian a message there. So he had his team completely changed when he logged in. An awful thing to happen to an FPL manager, Brian. So game week 10 wildcard, this is what you'd be looking at, Brian. But this week then you might keep Maddison over Martinelli. You kind of want enough money to get Saka in then as well. So Maddison in and see if you can save money on. You'd be very close to this team, I suppose, as well. As a wildcard this week, just Simicast. What are you saying, Brian? Alvarez or Matoma on wildcard? Probably go Watkins up top, Brian, and then Matoma. Yeah, I think Matoma for the next couple of weeks for Brighton is very good. That's what I would say. Geez, yeah, that's an awful shame though about your team. Shocking. Right, let's get this up as well. What are we, an hour? Bang on an hour to the deadline. Right. Thoughts on Alvarez and Matoma, Brian. So yeah, go Watkins and then Matoma on the wildcard then as well. Just as I'll get those fixtures up again for Brighton. They're too good to ignore really. Maybe annoyingly I couldn't go Matoma in for Ward Prowse, so I might miss out on Matoma myself. But these run of fixtures are very, very nice. What is he? 14 points from a substitute appearance. He's fluctuating up and down. Matoma, he's on bad form. He did have bad fixtures: Villa, Liverpool, United, Newcastle, West Ham. Yeah, so they've been pretty poor fixtures. After the City game there, as you can see there, we'll just get rid of that City fixture, and up until 18, Arsenal, Chelsea just along the way. Then in between those, so nice fixtures for Brighton there. You would think Matoma could do something well over those run of fixtures. Bearing in mind though, if they do have Europa League, when is that back? Is it next week or the week after? As the Zerbi loves rotating when they do play in Europe, but we'll worry about that when they do play in Europe. But for now, yeah, I probably would keep Matoma, but something to keep in mind, Brian, there as well. Okay, that's something interesting there. Just got a text in. Ederson played at 3 a.m. in Uruguay, so that's why they're predicting him to miss out. Yeah, so that's the thought of why he won't be playing, because he played in Uruguay at 3 a.m. Right. Share this in as well, actually. Right. Thoughts on Simicast? As I was saying, yeah, he looks pretty good. It's just more if he can nail that starting role. Yeah, I think he's a good shout for the next up until 16 for Liverpool. They have an eye from the fixtures, so nearly half the price of Trent there. So yeah, that's a good shout there. Gordon or Neto? We'll put up a quick poll of that. I just got a message on Patreon. Who would you go for? So Gordon, or no, sorry, not a Q&A. I need a poll. So Gordon has Palace at home, and Neto Burnley away, or Bournemouth away. Sorry. See what you think of this. Right, that's just someone from Patreon asked me. I probably would say I do fancy Neto to get something. Maybe the home fixture for Gordon might sway it. A lot of 100% already for Gordon. What's that? 2 votes in Gordon. Fair. Very. It will be close. Right, we'll get back to that in a few minutes. Thoughts on Simicast, as I was saying, yeah, he looks good there. My team Botman. Let's check that if anything. Right, my team Botman, Cher, Udigi, Bayer, Salah, Saka, Diaby, Gordon, Jensen, Haaland, Alvarez, Watkins. Any suggestions on whom to start amongst the defence? Right, so triple 3 forwards are all good. I'd probably go Cher, Udigi. Who else have you on the bench there? DRK 34. Cher and Udigi, start them for sure. Let me know who your defender is, because Botman looks like he's going to miss out. So wouldn't be confident of a start there, to be honest with you. Gordon is the clear winner. Very close. So we're on some. Let us know who your defender is there. DRK34. Start Anderson or Solanke. I think you have to start the attacker. Solanke could do well against Wolves. Wolves have been pretty solid at home. Yes. Alright, Anderson or Solanke. I'd play Solanke just in the attacking game. I'm just going to send my own team into my Patreon, and then we'll be back to the stream here. What are we? 53 minutes to the deadline. Keep the questions coming in if you can as well. Don't even have to be FPL related. Throw in any other question that you want to chat about, as Sean was asking me about GA earlier. So it doesn't have to be FPL. Alright, just throwing this in. Grand, right. That's the Patreon looking after. How's this poll going? Gordon is currently leading 16 votes in at 56-44. Pretty close. I do expect it to be pretty close between the two of them. Michael Farrell, any news on the Luton Forest game? Gordon has just gone up there again. It should be fine. Luton and Forest. There was talk of a pitch inspection at 11 a.m, but I think it's fine now. I don't think it's going ahead. That being said, I would if you have Turner, you surely have Ariel or somebody else on the bench. So even if it is called off, I don't think it will be. Just I wouldn't waste a transfer on a goalkeeper though. That's all I'm saying. Right, Brian. Now, so what do you think of Wildcard 19? Dead end game week 18, 5-6 double game week 20 players. Patience is a virtue, as I say, Brian. I don't know. Triple City, fair enough. But I think it's going to be very hard to keep the wild card till then. If fair enough, if your team is in decent shape by now, you probably have United players. You probably have an Estepinian in Buemo to get rid of, like I did last week. It's going to be hard to keep the wild card till then. Fair enough. If you do, you probably just go with Haaland for now, and then obviously triple up on City lads. Then nothing wrong with that. It's going to be a good double gaming for City, as I was saying. Is it Brentford at home and somebody else at home? So Everton away, or is it Sheffield at home and Brentford at home? In 20 is the double, it could be, or is it 19? I think it's 20 actually. Sheffield at home and Brentford at home is pretty outrageous. Yeah, TBC there at the bottom for a double gaming for City. So triple City is definitely going to happen. Are you going to be making much ground on people that aren't wildcard, and probably only an extra City player, Brian? So probably would just get rid and play it now already, to be honest. That's what I would say. Adichie, you think, where is he gone? You think Matoma is a good option for the upcoming weeks? Nothing wrong with Matoma, as I was saying. It's more the City game this weekend, but definitely up until 16 or 17. As you can see there, 18 even, the Palace game. Just Chelsea and Arsenal in between for Brighton. Just keep in mind about the Zerbi's benching habits as well, and rotation habits. But apart from that, he's a good shot in wildcard for sure. Right, we might end that poll. Gordon just about wins it there, 60% to 40%. Good stuff. Right. Vishal, we're keeping well. Vishal, Flecken, Udigi, Trippier, Simicast, Salah, Buemo, Son, Diaby, Gordon, Haaland, Alvarez. Subs, Areola, Cash, Poro, probably Oh yeah, you've it's hard to get them two Cash and Poro. I was going to say I probably would play Poro, but you've Udige, Trippier and Simicast already. Nothing wrong with that. So I think you're good. There's probably going to be points on your bench though, is the only thing. That's the only problem. But apart from that, you've a pretty solid team there, Vishal. Dan, should I take a -4 Sterling, Udige to Gordon, Trippier? No. Sterling to Gordon if you want. I think Spurs are pretty solid for a clean sheet. Was a 38% chance. Fulham at home. I wouldn't. I'd see no problem in doubling up on the Spurs defense. You could even see some attacking returns there from Poro and Udige yourself. So no, I wouldn't get rid of them for -4. Definitely not. Richarlison or Neto this week, Adichie. I think Neto. Someone was asked about Richarlison during the week, but I wouldn't really go near him, to be honest with you. Madison and Son are the two Spurs lads you want. Sean Luke in the chat as well. Good man, Sean. Hope we're keeping well. Absolutely flying on the YouTube, Sean. I was watching your video there the last day. You've nearly 400k views on it. Something that's absolutely crazy. So good man, Sean Luke. You're absolutely flying. I hope you're keeping well. Cheers for tuning in for the morning. Good to be back is right. Poor international break for the Irish lads on the rugby front and the football scene, as I was saying. But we'll drown that out with some FPL, and hopefully we see some green hours this week. Fleck and Vishal, we got back to there. Yeah, your team is good, Vishal. You're going to have points on the bench. Start Simicast or Anthony Gordon, Josh. Would nearly start the 2 if you could. Wait for some Liverpool news if we do get some. I think we will, hopefully, get some anything here about it on Twitter. Alright, I'm going to throw up on this on screen as well. Rating some teams. Stream. Alright, we'll see if anyone on Twitter wants their teams rated, and we can go through that on stream as well. It'll be 47 minutes or so to the deadline, so alright, we'll see if you get anything back there. So start Simicast or Anthony Gordon, Josh. Would try and start the 2 if you could. There probably will be points for the 2 of them, but I think it's not a bad shout. Going with either or, you should see returns, but probably would start the attacker. But I'll try and start Simicast as well. Hopefully we will get some Liverpool news. Michael O'Connor, I sent you a tweet there. We'll get it up. So Michael, good man. There you go. Right, here's Michael's team here. What's he asking? Should I roll? What would you start with? So he's Turner and goals, all good. Cash, Burn and Udige, I'm assuming are your 3 defenders. Or what are you playing there? What are you playing, Michael? 3. Are you going to have to play GAMEWEEK there as well? Anyone in the bank 1.3. I'd be nearly tempted. Can you get to Gordon 5.7? Maybe you can. Is Gordon 5.6? Is he? Yeah, so I think you can get to Gordon. We'll be tempted to go Anderson, to Gordon, and at least you can play 3-5-2. Then I wouldn't be confident playing GAMEWEEK, to be honest with you. Yeah, he's saying there he's playing 3-5-2. Not mad on an Anderson start, so probably Anderson to Gordon. You've enough there to do it. So Cash, Burn, Udige, the 3 lads in the fence. Turner and goals. Salah, Ward-Prowse, Son, Madison, and Gordon, and then Watkins and Haaland. You could even go Neto as well. I think he's 5'7" as well, but maybe Gordon. Right, we'll get this up then. Right, that's what I would say, Michael. Anyway, Anderson to Gordon, and then you'll be able to play your 3-5-2 then. Right, we've a few tweets coming in under our tweet there. Good stuff. Who's this? So Enzo fan. Cash on the bench, surprisingly, but he does have Trippier, Trent, and Porro in defence, so nothing wrong with that. I'm going to assume he's a Liverpool fan, Enzo, even though he's got a Chelsea player in his profile picture, but he's gone for Salah captain. Nice team, to be fair. Only thing is no Haaland is a main, obviously, is a main factor there. But defence is looking well, midfield is looking good too. No Haaland up top. Darwin could be benched is the only thing as well, but keep an eye on that close to the deadline, Enzo. But I like that Salah captain, which is the obvious shout if you don't have Haaland. So nothing wrong with that. Not a bad team. Just no Haaland could hurt you. Definitely could hurt you. Right. What else have we there? That one's done. Sean Luca. Right. Estepinian to Porro. I like that. I like that a lot. Neto on the bench. Can you get him in? Probably not. Triple Newcastle. Sean. What's he saying? Went ball back in Newcastle instead of Spurs. I'd nearly play Turner over Flecken as well, Sean. Forest are second favourite for a clean sheet, aren't they? Second favourite. Where Brentford 42. It's going to be very tight, but I nearly would play Turner. Flecken might even play, but I can see why you're starting him for that fixture. Toss up there, to be honest, Sean, between Turner and Flecken. Defence is good anyway. Cash, Trippier, Porro. Triple Newcastle. No Spurs is the only letdown as well. Haaland captain, good stuff. I like the Bowen pick. I couldn't get the Bowen on my wild card, so that's why I've gone more Prowse over Bowen. But yeah, nice team. Watkins as well, good stuff. Double Villa. You're saving the wild card, are you saying there? Who have Newcastle up next then? Are you bothered then in 11, or is it for the Arsenal game, or is it game week 10? Okay, you're not too bad. It's just 11 then. When they've Arsenal, you could be bothered with the triple Newcastle, but you can get rid of them before that. Haaland captain, good, yeah. You badly need a riot from Newcastle today, but I like it. It's no Spurs is the only thing letting it down, to be honest with you. Turner and Flecken is close. I probably would go Turner, as I said. That's probably me being biased because I do have him, but nothing wrong with that team. Just the Spurs lads. But yeah, you're set up well. Last opinion for Porro was the right shout as well. Right, FPL Cam here. What's he saying? Haaland captain, Burn, Cash, Udig in defence, lovely stuff. Turner at home in goals, good stuff. Pretty similar to my wildcard team, only you have Almiron and Bowen to my Ward Prowse, and who's my other midfielder? Diaby, that's it. Nothing wrong with that team, FPL Cam. Hopefully we see some nice returns because we've 9 of our 11 pretty much the same as well there, so hopefully we do see some returns. What Sean Luke is saying, rate Newcastle score more goals as a team than Spurs. Nothing wrong with that, yeah. Palace are very hot and cold as well, and with their main man Eze out, could be a long day for Palace as well, so hopefully it does go well for you. Just hopefully Trippier stays quiet. Do you have Trippier? You do. Hopefully he stays quiet and Burn gets the defensive points. That's what I'll be hoping for. FPL OB, good man. Hope you're keeping well, man. Flecken in goals, yeah. It's only because you've Areola on the bench. That's what I'd say. I'd play Turner over Flecken, but Flecken over Areola is what I would say. Back 4 of Cash, Share, Udig and Simicast. Nothing wrong with that. Doku was predicted to start. If he's predicted to start, I'd nearly start him, you know. But who are you going to start him over is the other thing. Between Cash and Doku, or Darwin and Doku, I'd nearly start Doku over Darwin, you know. I think you're a Liverpool fan, Aidan, aren't you? Wait and see if we get Liverpool team news. If we don't, you probably do have to leave Darwin in there. If Darwin isn't starting, I think you bring in Doku and play 4-3 or 4-2. What are you playing there? 4-4-2. If Darwin is out, we'll see. We've 40 minutes to go to the deadline. Hopefully, we will get some team news before then. But yeah, for now, that's not a bad team. Doku's a nice differential shout that could go either way. Good man, Jack. Any thoughts would be great. Let's see how you're getting on. Salah captain first off. Soufal on the bench, but you have him for their next run of games, so that's alright. Hwang is a punt I haven't seen. Who's that? Sartak is saying Salah over Haaland is a brave choice. Proud of you too. Aiden, what's he saying about Doku? Waiting on news, but Doku probably only gets 60 or 70 minutes. Fair. I do think City will, if they're setting up like that the way it's predicted, it'll be a couple of goals for City. But yeah, waiting on news is sensible. Right, Turner, Byrne, Cash, Udigi, all good. Son, Madison, Bowen. I like the Bowen pick as well. Hwang is a differential I haven't seen, but he's ticking along nicely for Wolves. Jack, it's just Salah over Haaland. If Salah blanks, it's going to be a long weekend, but I can see why you're captain on Salah. Nothing wrong with that. Nice team. You've got your triple West Ham for their favourite run of fixtures starting next week, so you're well set up there. So that's all good there, Jack. Right. That everyone, fair enough, right? Let's get back to my own team there, and let's get back to the chat. Where do we finish off, Michael? So next up was Sean. Hear anything on Liverpool? Have Diaz getting a bit nervous of him starting now, Sean? Hopefully we will get something. I know he had a long flight back. Let me just check. Where was he coming from, or who was he playing? Right, Diaz, Liverpool. See, is there any news on him? Nothing yet. I'm trying to. Yeah, 3 days ago, Diaz played 90 minutes in South America. Just looking at that, and Darwin did as well. Alvarez played 78 minutes. That was 3 days ago. I think Jota starts. It's between Diaz, Darwin. I think Jota and Salah are going to be starting. That's what I'm predicting, just off the minutes that they played over the international break. Yeah, 90 for Diaz, 90 for Darwin. Both they did get home quicker than they would have done. I think it's a wait and see till give us 15 or 20 minutes. We should get some team news hopefully. Fantasy football 1, 2, 3 predictions for today. Let's get into that. So Liverpool against Everton. I've got Liverpool in the last man standing. I think 3-0 3-0 Liverpool there. Bournemouth and Wolves could be 2-1 Bournemouth there maybe. Brentford Burnley 2-1 Brentford. I think they do concede. They've been very hit and miss in defence. Man City against Brighton. I'm gonna say could be 4 or 5-1 Man City there. Hoping it is, and Haaland is bang on amongst the returns there. Newcastle and Palace, I think 2-0 Newcastle there against Palace. Forest and Luton, maybe 1-0 Forest. I think Forest gets the clean sheet. Not biased at all as a Turner owner. I definitely am. Arsenal and Chelsea, 2-0 Arsenal there. 2-1 maybe Chelsea at home. United, probably 2-1 United. Maybe we just scraped the win. 2-1 or 2-0. Villa and West Ham tomorrow. I think that could be 2-2. I think there'll be goals in that game. And then Spurs and Fulham Monday night. 2-0 Spurs, I think. That's my predictions for the weekend. Yeah. Hopefully that City game is a rout for them. But yeah, right. We're on 28 likes as well. If we can get to 30, that'd be very much appreciated. What are we? 36 minutes to the deadline. We're one sub off 4,550. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. We're getting on the way to the 5k subs. I wonder, do I try getting Instagram live up? And maybe I'm complicating it too much as well and get people over to Instagram to watch the. I wonder, will that be too messy. We'll set up the camera here, see what it's like. Maybe we get it going as well. We can put it actually here. Is a lot better, isn't it? Right, fixture here for the Instagram. Right, we might even go with that. Sure. See, get some chat going on the Instagram as well. Right, that's going live then there as well. Okay. Anything on Diaz? Prediction for the day, that's what we were saying there. What's the best way to try and catch up in a mini league? Should I try and bring in a lot of differentials the guy who's first? Just keep it calm, Beats. Definitely keep it calm. Shout out to the Instagram lads as well. We're live on YouTube here. I said we'd throw us up on Instagram as well. So keep the questions flowing. I am on YouTube live here at the moment. If you do want to join us on YouTube, I'm on my FPL account. I'm not on my own account, so that's alright. Best way to catch up, Beats. It's a long season, is what I would say. So definitely relax. Don't go too crazy on the differentials at the moment. Should I bring in a lot of differentials to the guy who's first? No, just captaincies might get you along the way there as well. And yeah, I'd play it calmly until then. Should I play wildcard this week, Cahill? It depends what your team is. Send in the team and I'll get back to you. What's Instagram saying here? Everyone asking Salah or Haaland for the captaincy. I think I'm on Haaland, as you saw anyway, people. But for now, it's more the fact that if Salah blanks, it's gonna be a long weekend. Just for everyone on Instagram, I am on YouTube at the moment and we're live streaming here, so we're multitasking ahead of the deadline. I was leaving Instagram alone there, but we're back on it. Right. Should I play wildcard this week? Cahill, send in your team. On a wildcard, Souček or Gordon with no route to Saka. Finn, I think you go Gordon, but get a route to Saka. Even if you can't get Saka, have a route to Martinelli. We missed you, mate. Apologies for not being on Instagram a lot. Who to start? Ward-Prowse or Almiron? Probably go Almiron there. Ward-Prowse could get something as well. Will Darwin start for Liverpool? We'll see in about 15 minutes time. What are we there? Good stuff. Right, with West Ham playing Aston Villa, I'm starting both Soufal and Cash. Do you think I should bench one? If bench, who? I think you bench Soufal there, Rizwan, and hope Cash gets something at home. Aiden, back to the Doku thing, yeah. Any Liverpool team news? Thinking about Tsimikas, and what about Saka? Nothing wrong with Tsimikas this weekend. I do think he does start. Robertson's out for the next 3 months, 10 games, whatever, 10 weeks. Not 10 games, 10 weeks. So I do think Tsimikas is a good shout. Saka, Arteta said he does want to play, but next week he should be fine. He mightn't rush him back, but I think he probably will. Arteta loves playing Saka. What's Instagram saying? Any news about Saka? I was just chatting about him there. If you have him, I think you're as well keep, because you'd want him for game week 10 then as well. But I do think wouldn't be hoping much of a return if he starts. I think he will probably start him. He's got the rest for the 2 weeks, but hopefully he doesn't rush him back, because we only care about that Sheffield United game and game week 10. But would you play him if you had him? Someone's asking there on Instagram. Yeah, I would. Alvarez or Matoma? Alvarez this week, Matoma for the next couple of weeks on wildcard. Dawn on YouTube here. Next week, do Flecken to Leno and Mbuemo to 6.6 million midfield, or Flecken to Turner and Mbuemo to 6.2 million midfield. If you've Areola, Dawn, I wouldn't worry about a goalkeeper. Mbuemo to Matoma next week, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. Yeah. If you have Areola, I wouldn't worry about a goalkeeper transfer. There's no point wasting transferring a goalkeeper. What else are we saying here? Who's the captain? Majed. It's on Haaland for the armband. Diaz starting. We don't know yet. Do you think Nunez will start? At the moment, no, I'm not confident. He played 90 minutes, sorry, 3 days ago in South America. So see what you think of that, but I'm not sure if he will. Turner or Areola this week. Turner after Areola from the game week 10 onwards. What else have we? Alvarez or Gordon bench. Start Alvarez. Right, I might keep the questions coming in Instagram. I'm also on YouTube. Whoever's watching on Instagram, if you want to head over to us here. Dawn has got Areola, she's saying, so I wouldn't waste a goalkeeper transfer there, Dawn. So definitely not. Right, back to this game week 10 wildcard team. What's Instagram saying? Son or Salah if you have to go for the Ironman? Salah between. I'd rank it Haaland, Salah, Son. What about Isak? I wouldn't bother with Isak. It doesn't look like he's going to be starting this weekend. Right, what are we? Half an hour to go. Cash a long term hold. Definitely, we'll get Phil's fixtures up there. I think it's up to game week 16. They're absolutely flying. 17, 18 for Villa. Fair enough, the City and Arsenal in between that, but Villa do have a good fixture run. What do you think about Núñez? I wouldn't be bringing him in if I had him. If you have him, you're as well keep. Should I start Saka, Ben? Probably would start Saka there. It's only game week 10 we really care about. Haaland, please God he is. Right, Watkins captain. Would you captain Watkins? Probably not. Salah, Son and Haaland are definitely better shouts than them. Right, we're going to leave the Instagram going, but I am on YouTube as well. I'll get back to some YouTube questions now. Start Cash or Darwin. If Darwin's starting, start Darwin, but we'll know in a couple of minutes. Right, Dylan, back to the YouTube. Wildcard next week has Saka, Matoma, Botman this week. Thinking of getting rid of one. Who could I punt on? I need to get rid of get rid of Matoma this week. No point taking a punt on a defender. Do Matoma. How much of you in the bank there, Dylan? Let us know. Matoma to Diaby if you can. Matoma to even Neto could be a shout. Even Gordon. We'll give a chat to the 1 week punt. So Diaby, West Ham at home. Gordon and Neto. Probably would say Diaby there, to be honest with you. Alright, see what the YouTube chat thinks there. For one week punt, I probably would go Diaby, but we'll see what the chat says. You should have enough to go Neto straight away there. What are you saying there? Salah triple captain, definitely not this week. Save it for later on in the season. Bring in Simicast before his price rise. If you can afford the transfer, do. I wouldn't go for it straight off the bat if you don't need the transfer. But yeah, no, that's what I would say. For next week, best 6.6 million mid to replace Mbeumo is going to be Matoma Don. That's what I would say. Is Almiron worth a shot? If for a punt this week, nothing wrong with it, Samuel. Matoma is the lad you want next week. So nothing wrong with that, but I'd leave it going on if you can get Diaby for a 1 week punt for the wildcard. Neto's winning that surprisingly. 9 votes. I sent you a tweet. I'll get back to you now, Beat. So 1 free sub. Is anyone worth taking a -4? See if we got any more tweet. Oh geez, we have a lot more tweets. So any beats there? No, must be this lad Jacob. Right. Not sure about the captain. I'm going to tell you go Haaland there. Turner, the fence is all good. Mbeumo, give him one last chance. Ward-Prowse, you could nearly argue getting rid of Odegaard, but you want it for Sheffield next week, so I'll keep that. That's a nice team there. Jacob, keep it all there. That looks good, man. Yeah, I'd leave it at that. Probably would change the captaincy to Haaland. Right, Sean Frayne here. Was that Beats? Are you Sean Frayne Beats or are you Jacob? Hopefully that's alright for you. I don't have worth taking a -4. Yeah, no. If that was you Beats there, I'd keep that. I wouldn't. What's the news on Núñez there? Someone's after saying he could be benched. Right, Instagram. We'll take a few more questions and then we'll go. Sure, you're not captain in Salah? No. I'm leaving it on Haaland. Right, Instagram. I'm gonna go hop back to YouTube. If you want to get me on YouTube, the link's in the story, and we'll get through as many as we can before the deadline. Right, I want to check this because someone's saying Darwin is benched. Right. Whose stream was that, Candlewax, about Darwin being benched? I don't think it's true because there's nothing on Twitter about it yet. No, nothing yet. Cheers for 30 likes as well. We've just hit it there. And we've just hit 4,550 subs, so appreciate that. Gordon is winning the poll there, as we said. Right, let's get back to these things. So sorry, Sean. Your team here: Turner, all good. Burn, Udige, Cash, looking good in the fence. Diaz is the only one here if he's starting or not, but if he is, you could be well on for a haul there. Haaland captain, nice team there, very nice team there, Sean. So just waiting on Diaz, Sean. Hopefully we do get some news. Right, I'll retweet this once again now and see if anyone else sees it. Bojan and Mbeumo, Tarkowski, Neto and Torres for this game week only. Neto and Torres maybe, but Mbeumo's up against Burnley, Tarkowski's up against Liverpool. I think Liverpool could get a few against Everton there, so even same at West Ham. I don't think Villa will get a clean sheet. Heard on another stream Núñez is benched. I don't think that's true, but because there's nothing major on Twitter at the moment. What stream was it, Candlewax? I don't think it's true at the moment. Yeah, there's nothing on Twitter yet, so I wouldn't believe that for now. Right, and then we'll check. Yeah, nothing about Núñez at the moment. Right, good man, Rob. In the chat, Lascelles, Byrne, Udige, Son, Alvarez, Haaland, Saka, Maddison, Foden, Watkins. No Salah, who to bench? Diaby, Foden, Maddison. Oh, that's tough. That is very tough, Rob. That is very tough. Lascelles, Byrne, Udige is fine in the fence. Botman, I think Botman will be benched this week. Looking at the poll there as well, it's bang on 33% each for each person. Gordon just just passes out the other two lads there. But who to bench? I think gives a play Haaland, Alvarez and Watkins. Those two are definitely playing. You could arguably bench Saka, but if he starts he could do well. Maybe Saka just because he's injured, but I think there's a lot of could be points anywhere there. Rob, you've definitely a bench and a headache. Thoughts on Maddison for Saka? Can't decide on Son or Salah captain. Candlewax. If you can't decide, I would go Salah captain. Thoughts on Maddison for Saka, Dylan? Nothing wrong with that, but you're gonna want Saka back next weekend. Is all. Diaz, Jota, Salah front three. FPL Raptor. Is that true? don't see anything about Darwin. Maybe it is if it's coming from Raptor, but let's see. No, okay, don't see anything. Start Neto or Alvarez. I think Alvarez done okay. Even getting in Alvarez as well. Vamc K, how's it going, man? Cheers for joining in. Beats, my tweet wasn't shown on your feed there. I've resent it. Okay. So we've shown Darwinism. Good man, Darwinism this year. Beats. You're a good watcher of this channel. Fair play to you. I can't decide whether the wildcard next week or simply do Rashford, the Salah and Son to Gordon next week with 2 free transfers. You're good this week anyway. Turner, Trippier, Udigi, Cash, all good there. In Buemo, Rashford, Madison. See, Foden could be a rotation shout as well. Do you want triple City? Do you? Who do they have next week for United? In Old Trafford, maybe not. Maybe you don't need the wild card there. Is right down. See how Mbeumo gets on today. If he blanks, I'd be tempted to get the wild card just because your midfield there. Probably would want Watkins over Alvarez as well, but it's very close between the pair of them. Yeah, Foden. Yeah, see how they get on today. If Mbeumo blanks, I think you could be in bother with Mbeumo. And that would nearly push me to wild card. Who's on the bench? Can I see your bench? No. Let me know who's on your bench there, Beats, as well. All depends. No, Salah this week could hurt you big time as well. Yeah, that's what I would say. You don't want 4 players in that United City game. Will there be a lot of goals? Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. That's hard to say. See how Mbeumo and Rashford get on. Even Foden as well. If he starts, if they don't start, I'd be tempted to just get rid of them and press that wildcard button instead of waiting till 19 to get to it. Rob, no, Salah has the fear for me. 1 week punt on Jota to cover him. Never liked the 12:30 starts. The meetups have me burnt. They do indeed. What are we saying here now? Hopefully we get some Liverpool news in the next few. Oh, sorry, Beats, you're not. Where's your tweet? So, Beats, if your tweet isn't coming up, I wonder, are you on private or something? If you can't send the team, or just put into the chat there, Beats. Apologies, I thought you were Darwinism. I don't know. Send it into the chat there. Apologies. Vamc. Right, Beats, where's your team? So I can't see it. Vamc K, right, there was them. Sorry, apologies. Vamc K, as I was saying there about wild carding, depends how them lads get on this week. If the blank, I'll be very tempted to wild card. Just press it. Right, we'll try and find Beats. What's your name on Twitter, Beats? Let us know. I thought I answered everyone under the tweets. Rating some teams now live on stream. Let's see, are you there? Darwinism. We got back to Aiden. We got back to Jack. Are you Jacob? Beats you. I got back to him. Enzo as well. Alfie, is it? There we go. I think it's Alfie. Are you Alfie, Beats? Let me know. I think it is you though. 1.7 million wildcard used. 1 free transfers. Thinking Ruben to Dallo. Sound good, or do you think it's something else? Right, what are you doing? If Ruben is out, your defence is in bother. Estepinian to... I nearly got Estepinian to... Right, I'm on... Alfie's in the chat there. Right, Alfie, we're getting back to you here. Beats, what's your name on Twitter? So, if we can't get you. I don't know how I'm not seeing your team, so Beats. That's everything there, though. Unless it's in this thing, but that could be something dodgy. Type in your team there, Beats, and I'll get back to you. I don't know why your team isn't showing up. Right, Alfie, 1.7 wildcard use, 1 free transfer. Thinking Ruben to Dallo. Sound good, or do you think something else? I'd nearly go Estepinian. No, keep Estepinian. Estepinian to Pedro Porro or Udige is what I would say. You've Turner, you've cash. Poro, you're gonna have to hope Ruben plays, but he's predicted not to play. Midfield is good apart from no Salah, and then Haaland and Watkins there. Pity you don't have Salah. You've no route to get to Salah there, but the looks of it, no. Alfie, so bit of a risk going without Salah. Would have definitely had him on the wild card, but that's alright. That's what I would say to you, Alfie. Right, back to the chat here. I'll get back to my team here as well. Pubble Skull, Mono here. Any news on Darwin or Diaz? Apparently Darwin is starting, but I haven't seen anything concrete on it yet. Haaland, Alvarez, Foden, Stones, and Verdial. Apparently start. Right. Right, back to Mono here. Any news on Darwin or Diaz? Haven't seen anything, but someone in the chat said that they start, or Diaz starts, but I haven't seen anything concrete. Then both of my 11 have Diaby and Burn on the bench. Thoughts? I'd nearly start Diaby. If Diaz isn't starting, or if one of them isn't starting, you obviously sub Diaby in. Who's your other defender if you're benching Burn? I'd make sure to have Newcastle cover, for sure. Yeah, send your team in here. Beats. I don't know why your tweet isn't showing up. I've literally scrolled through everything there, unless this is that's someone following me. No beats. FPL we got back to Enzo, we got back to, yeah, that's everything. Everyone, I don't know why that's not showing. What are we, 13 minutes to go to the deadline. How long are we streaming? Nearly 2 hours now we got. Right, what else have we? Areola and Burke, Kaminsky, Castagna, Ream, Tarkowski for this game week. They're pretty poor double ups. Bojan, I don't know why you want them, unless you're on draft or something. Maybe Castagna for an attacking return, but no, I wouldn't. They're just very poor. Bojan, surely you can go somewhere else unless you're playing draft. What's the consensus on captains this week? Haaland, Salah or Son? I'm on Haaland myself. Connor, just because the early kickoff. If Salah blanks, I don't think he does blank, but 70% chance of Haaland scoring. They're very similar for predicted points. I think Salah just outscores Haaland, but if Salah blanks, it's going to be a long weekend. I think it's the early kickoff is pushing me away from not captaining Salah. That's the only reason. But yeah, for now I'm on Haaland definitely. Let us know, Connor, who you're captaining. I think this is the week Haaland goes mad. No clean sheet. Was I right in saying that all season for Brighton, which is crazy. Hopefully it's not today. So 2-2-6-1. Yeah, no clean sheet at all for Brighton all season. Rodri back for City is going to be massive as well. So I do think this is the week Haaland goes mad. Averaging 4 points over the last 4 games is pretty poor as well for Haaland standards. So this is the week I am hoping as well, and he does punish the sellers who have sold him. Killian Long, start Dallo, Walker, get Tsimikas in for Dallo. I think you keep Dallo against Sheffield. Wan-Bissaka still injured as well, so that's what I would go for. Right, Beats, finally have your team here. Turner, Areola, so you're playing Turner, Shar, Botman, Poro. Who's on your bench? Kabor, Lamptey. Can you do Lamptey to Tsimikas? Botman probably won't start, to be honest with you. If you can do Lamptey to Tsimikas, go for that. Mbeumo, Salah, Son, Diaby, Alvarez, Haaland, Højlund. So 3-4-3. Lamptey, McAtee, fair enough. If you can get Tsimikas in for Lamptey, I probably would say that if Tsimikas is looking like starting. Transferring out Simicast out or Cash, and shall I do this week or next week? Defence is Udigi, Share and Byrne at the moment. I don't think you need to do the transfer there, Josh. So Newcastle favoured, 50% chance for clean sheet, and Udigi as well. So that being said, Simicast and Cash could return, but you've already got 3 defenders there who could easily return as well. So that's what I would say. I think you're good to go off that then as well. Check this here then. So alright. Love the post wildcard period where teams actually have some differences. The Salah or no Salah teams, the Sun versus Saka, those of Hell United, Trips versus Cash. Love to have FPL back. Yeah, as we said, very, very disappointing international break on the Irish front anyway. Both the rugby and the football. It's good to have FPL back. Hopefully I won't be regretting saying that Monday night when I'm seeing a red arrow. But yeah, the Salah, even the Haaland versus no Haaland teams is crazy as well. So I'm just hoping today is the day that Haaland absolutely destroys the lads who've got rid of him, and ladies as well who play the game. Yeah, we're on Haaland 2 mainly because of the early kick-off. I think so too. Let's see any Liverpool news on the timeline. Nothing so on Twitter about the Liverpool leagues. Unless anyone saw it from another thing, but I can't see. Good news anyway about the Forest game, as you can see from this tweet. Pitch looks good, so we should be fine for that. And yeah, that's all good there. Nothing wrong with that pitch. Right, probably a few more teams coming in. No, nothing else. Grant. Right, back to the chat. So I'll just make sure my team is on screen so you can all see it. What's this text saying? Right. Start Saliba or Botman or get rid of one for Byrne. Real probably would get rid of. Who else have you? I don't think the two of them are going to start. But you probably want Saliba obviously next week then for. If no news on Diaz, would you start Diaby? To be honest, I probably would. Yeah. I probably would. Just on the fact that Diaz played 90 minutes. Coming back from South America, just scrolling through, see if I can get anything, but I can't. Right, no. Trippier captain, Ruben. Nothing wrong with Trippier captain. He is their favourite for a clean sheet, but I think it's either Haaland or Salah. I wouldn't be going away from either of those, to be honest with you. Right, Diaby there for the 1 week punt, 72 votes. Appreciate all you voting there. Pretty close to be fair, but I did say Diaby, and good to see that you all agree with me. Right, what else have we? Right, any news on Saka? Should a benchman play Diaby and Gordon, or should I play him and bench one of them? What did Arteta say? That he wants to play, but I don't know, will he rush him back? Probably will, because it's Chelsea. I'd play Diaby, maybe bench Gordon at home to Crystal Palace. Could nearly start him as well. It's a toss-up. I'd definitely play Diaby anyway. Then between Saka and Gordon, Chelsea, Saka's on penalties. Maybe play Saka. Kabora is my other bench, so sticky situation. Feels the way it's going bottom onto Bourne. You could nearly play a Kabora. Hope he gets 1 or 2 points, but yeah, going a bit of a sideways move and wasting a transfer. Botman should be back next week then as well, so probably wouldn't waste a transfer there. Connor, captain Haaland or Salah? We're on Haaland. 53 in the chat as well, lads. Appreciate you and ladies for tuning in. If you haven't liked the stream, please do give it a like. We're close to 40 likes, and if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 5k subs, and we're getting there. Shout out to Lap Tech as well, as I was saying, to Lap Tech in Galway, LAPTEK in Galway. They're the reason why this stream is happening this week. My own laptop was acting up last yesterday evening. I brought it to them in my lunch hour, and they gave me this laptop for the weekend. So shout out to them. And if you're in Galway, call into them. David is very sound in there, and he didn't have to give me this laptop at all while it was being sent off, but he did. So shout out David in Laptech Galway. And while we're at it as well, shout out to Ampucon, the main sponsors of this YouTube channel as well. Best spot to go for matches in Galway. So you've heard it here. If you're in Galway on a stag do or something after this, go into Pucon and Galway and get watching the games. Tell them FPL Air sent you as well. Right, yeah, Haaland captain for sure. What else have we? Quick look now on Twitter, so if we have anything. But that's pretty much me locked in anyway. Seeing a few Salah captainers on the timeline. Anything from other streams? Because I can't see anything on Liverpool. Oh, that'd be perfect if Matoma's predicted the fall tonight. If he falls. Or did he fall last night? I think he fell last night. Crap, right, because I'm 0.1 off getting to him. Right, would you sell Botman for Simicast or play Guehi and roll? Who's the rest of your defenders, Yogesh? Quick there, and I'll get back to you. Play Guehi against Newcastle, probably not. If you've someone else you can get, because Botman's probably going to be back next week. If you can do someone else at Simicast, do. If you've Cabora, Bell, one of those, you can get the Simicast with them. Patrick, Martinez, Turner, Romero, Simicast, Udigi. So Romero, Simicast, Udigi, good. Cash, Gordon, Saka, Salah, Huijsen, Jackson. I think Jackson is meant to be out, no? Do Jackson to Watkins, definitely, Patrick, if you can, quickly before the deadline. Definitely do that. 41 likes as well, appreciate that. I just messaged what I heard, Rizwan, fair enough. There we go. Darwin bench, Diaz starts. Okay, we've got it. Right, so I'm told Darwin is bench, Diaz is starts. So who was that? Aiden had Diaz in the team. If you have Darwin, bench him. It looks like they're Darwin bench, Diaz starts. 2 minutes before the deadline, we got it. Right, so if you have Darwin, he's benched. Bang on. A good lad who texted me that before the deadline. Right, make sure the team is locked in myself. 10:59. Udigi, Cash and Kabora. Would you play Gabriel over Cash? No, I'd play Cash. Right, so that's the main news we got anyway. We did end up getting Liverpool news, so that's good. Right, Haaland captain myself. I'm all locked in there. Anything else in the chat quickly? A minute to go. Nothing else. Gabriel over Cash? No, I play Cash. So right, Diaz starting, Darwin benched was the main news. Just got before the deadline. Pubble Skull, if that's true, fair play. I think it is. We will see, but I think it is. Darwin out and the Abbey and D is in now. Good stuff. I hope it is true. I think it is true though. So hopefully that pays off you, Pubble Skull. If that doesn't deserve a sub, and you're not sub Pubble, I think you are any of the year. You're here every week. So hopefully that does come out for you. Right, 11 o'clock. I have a source. I do. I think it's, yeah, I do. Yeah, you can just see now everyone is chatting about Diaz now on the timeline. Yeah, just benched Diaz and started Pereira and playing a 4-5-1. Yeah, Twitter is literally all about Darwin now and Diaz benched. Shout out to your man though, he texted me, so I saw that 2 minutes before the deadline though. Anyway, it didn't matter for me because I only have Sal in the team as well. Right, Pubble is me mono on my music channel. Do you have a YouTube channel, Pubble? I'll subscribe to you after as well, or your music channel. Let us know. Right, that's game week 9. Quick screenshot of the team and I'll put it up on Twitter and Instagram. But if anyone has anything else they want to say, speak and I'll get back to you. If not, any other questions probably after the weekend or whatever. I've got a Gaelic final tomorrow at 1 o'clock, so I should see the Newcastle, or should see the Villa game anyway tomorrow. But yeah, 42 likes. Appreciate you all watching this morning. We've had a hectic 2 hours between type in your channel there, Pubble Skull, and I'll subscribe to you. Is it just SCH Music Channel? Is that what it's called? Or type in the name of your channel and I'll subscribe to you after. And let us know. Stressful morning then between OBS not working and the new laptop. But we got started 20 minutes late, but we've been streaming 2 hours and 10 minutes now, so good going. Type in your, go on Boyle, David. Not going to that now. No, I'm not in Boyle. I'm unfortunately missing that final. I would have loved to go to that. Apparently Bridget's are well favourites, David, but would be nice to see Boyle getting something. Right, the site, who won it last year? I saw they got relegated. Whatever club won the Roscommon last year got relegated. First thing I've seen that in a while. Yeah, Raptors benching Darwin, so that news must be true. Right, I'm gonna log off here so because it's dropping off. But that's my team for the week. Appreciate you all tuning in for the last 2 hours or so. Live sub count is 4557, so very getting close to the 5k subs. Strokes down, that's it, is right. They got relegated, didn't they? Right, gonna leave it for that. So appreciate you all tuning in. Hopefully we see a Haaland haul by 5 p.m. I'll take a Salah return as well, but hopefully it's a Haaland haul. Best of luck for the week. We'll see you all during the week for a wildcard video and my own game week 10 team selection. A few transfers to make. See how the Arsenal lineup looks this week. But thanks for all tuning in during the week. Best of luck for the week. Hoping for a Haaland haul. We'll see you in the next video.